Thank you again, Bob, for taking time to do this. It means a lot to us, and more than anything, I'm excited to learn more about you. And I'm curious if you can share a little bit about your background.
I was a wild child during World War II. My folks were both employed, and so I was a child of the streets, so to speak. One time I saw two Marines dressed in dress blues walking down the street, and I said, that's for me. I carried that thought. When I graduated from high school, when I joined the Marine Corps, it wasn't until I went through boot camp that I had capacity to do more. And so I got out of the Marine Corps after 3 years, peaceful years, thankfully, and went to school at Michigan State. They had at Michigan State a very good hotel and restaurant curriculum and one to be admired and to graduate from. And then as I stayed with it, I became interested in business education. And so I stuck around to get a few extra credits in education so I could teach. I had graduated already, but I was able to get the credits accumulated that I needed to teach and joined a school in Hammond, Indiana. Taught at a vocational high school for 2 years, and it was prior to getting my master's degree. I came to Arizona as a teacher, and it was because I didn't get to California. That's probably a lot of people's story. I had to get my master's degree in order to teach at the junior college level, and I did that and came out and taught at Phoenix College for 3 years, from 64 to 67 roughly. But I interviewed and thought I'd find a much finer job than I did, but I wound up as a salesman from the local Xerox office and was fairly successful there and was a major accounts representative. And I found out I was a better salesman than I was a teacher and got out of that altogether. When I turned 65, I started working with Meals on Wheels. I drove for a while, maybe 6 or 8 months or so. Dave, I think, was due to retire for the first time as his presidency, and so no one else stepped up, and I believe that was when I became president of the board. About a year prior to that time, I joined Prescott Meals on Wheels. Once it was on the new campus, I became a board member. And I was only a board member for a short time, maybe possibly a year, but before I was the president. At that time, I had a fair amount of information and knowledge about direct mail. My finances were so low when I knew that there was money to be raised through tax credit loan. Over the years, it proved to be a successful endeavor, and so we continued to do that. And so it's been more meaningful for Meals on Wheels. I've always felt that it really was a program that was designed to be developed and promoted by the community. It should be financed and promoted by the community. If you can escape the control and the dependency, you have a much stronger organization. And I think you do that by community support, proving to the community that you're worthy of that. Meals on Wheels has done that. I can only hope that it continues to be a strong organization. It builds upon successes it's had.